Hello, everyone. My name is Joanna Avenino, and I'm going to talk a little bit about reducing your risk, staying safe online, a little bit about healthy relationships, and then talk over in regards to some resources. So, when we're talking about reducing your risk, always tell a family member or trusted friend where you are going and when you will return. Memorize the phone number of a trusted family member or friend. Another thing that you can do as well is make sure that you have it written on a little post-it note and keep it with you at all times in a place that only you know. So whether that be, for example, your sock, your shoe, or even your back pocket. Avoid being alone with strangers. Stay in well-lit public spaces when you are meeting someone new. Do not share your location on social media. If you do want to share your location in regards to being safe, make sure you only share it with a friend that you trust or a family member. And then set up safety words with loved ones that you can use on a phone call or in a text to indicate an emergency. And that can look something like, for example, calling maybe a family member or a friend and then just telling them, hey, did you get a chance to walk the dog? Or something that only they would be able to know. And then staying safe online. Don't share personal information, set profiles to private, never accept a friend request from someone that you do not know in real life, don't share photos with anyone that you wouldn't be comfortable with your parents, guardians, or friends seeing. Don't meet up in person with anyone you met online, and then to always trust your instincts and trust your intuition. If you get a feeling that something might be off when you're meeting someone or when you're hanging out with someone new, and it's a feeling that won't go away, just make sure that you practice the tips for reducing your risk and then immediately contact a family member or a friend. So, going into healthy relationships versus unhealthy relationships, qualities of a healthy relationship include equality, respect, communication, trust, responsibility, and accountability, support, honesty, and boundaries. When you are in a healthy relationship with someone, you never at one point feel as if you are walking on eggshells with the person or that anything you do will get them upset. There is clear respect and clear communication between you and the other person. In an unhealthy relationship, qualities of an unhealthy relationship can include dishonesty, disrespect, dependence, jealousy, manipulation, controlling behavior, criticism, or a lack of communication. It's also very important to note that, let's say you are in a relationship with someone and then there is that lack of communication, that does not necessarily mean that it is immediately an unhealthy relationship. What can constitute it as an unhealthy relationship is if you go to the person, communicate how you're feeling, and they immediately disregard it or they begin to gaslight you, for example, then that can be constituted or at least put under an unhealthy relationship. And then when we're talking about how you can get help. So when seeking assistance for human trafficking, always tell a trusted adult about what is happening, as that is very important. And you can also call 911 or local law enforcement if you or someone else is in immediate danger. So the National Human Trafficking Hotline takes calls from victims and survivors of human trafficking and those who may know them as well. It can help connect victims with service providers in the area and assist in reporting their situation to trusted law enforcement contacts. You may contact the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children to report suspected child sex trafficking, sextortion, online enticement, and sexual abuse material. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children is available 24/7 to work with families, victims, private industries, law enforcement, and the public to support the identification, location, and recovery of a child sex trafficking and child sexual exploitation victims. And then the Homeland Security Investigation, also abbreviated to HSI, tip line is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, every day of the year to report suspicious criminal activity. So if at any point you feel maybe something is going on and you don't feel comfortable telling a family member or a friend, we highly encourage that you do so. But another thing as well is knowing that these are the hotlines that you can go to and that you can immediately let them know what is going on and get the help that you or maybe the other person you know needs.